let's see here. Okay, just got the notification that I'm live.
Okay.
Okay, just got the notification that I'm live.
Okay.
Alright, good. Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome to the finale of My Friendly Neighborhood. We are still doing the neighbor horde mode. All that's left is Junebug and Pirate Cove. So once we get done with this, we still have the tape cutters that we have to do something with. Um, and then we'll give our final thoughts for the whole game.
Okay.
Oh, one of my bullets must have ricocheted, bounced off, and hit that target. All right. All right. And that's it.
Yep.
That is all. That is all time extensions collected. So now I just hunker down here in the. So now I just hunker down here in the corner. And just defeat any enemies that come my way.
That's good.
So, I really like I do really like the neighborhood. I really like the neighborhood mode. I think it's a really fun mode to add to the game. And you said this was very similar to something that Resident Evil does.
Yeah, it's fuck, mercenaries. That's what it's called. Mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, basically you're going around hitting time bottle, hourglasses, all that's to extend the time and all that stuff. They've they've always had something like that similar. What's the original RE? Yeah, it was RE. It was either RE2 or RE3. But for RE2, they had it by a different name called Mad Jackal. But yeah, but the only difference is there's no infinite ammo for weapons when you go through it and all that stuff, and it's
Yeah.
basically test your luck and skill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, keep in mind, I only have infinite ammo because I already 100%ed the base game.
Yeah,
The fact that I 100%ed the base game is what is and got all of the secrets is what gave me infinite ammo. So once you've done that, you want to be able to use infinite ammo. You know,
well, it's better than having infinite ammo in a certain way that how RE2 and RE no, I wouldn't say 3 and 4 does it for the remakes, but that's only for the extra characters, and that's just slapping on a pair of cat ears and all that stuff, and now it says your gun's infinite ammo.
yeah. Well, my point is that um, I'm happy with the way they do. I'm happy with the way they do it versus say, you go through the whole game. You go through the whole game. You go through the whole game. You get infinite ammo. You unlock all the cheats, and the only thing you can do, and you can't do anything with it because you're already at the end of the game. You've already 100% of the game. There's nothing else. There's nothing else for you to do. So, what was the point of getting infinite ammo if there's no point in using it? You know? Because I know plenty of games that do that. Where they give you all these amazing unlockables, but you can't use them until you've already 100% of the game, so there's no reason to use them at all because there's nothing left to do.
And that's why I like about most of the Resident Evil games for certain ones that actually let you use infinite ammo and all that stuff, like RE2, RE3, and again, you can do this in the original ones as well, but for the remakes, it's like, yeah, it's nice. Now, would it be
Yeah.
nice if if they add the original stuff into the remakes from RE2 and all that stuff, and I can go around just with a Magnum and just cap everything, or a shotgun? Sure, that would be
Yeah.
fun, or an infinite ammo for grenade launchers. Yeah, it would be nice. But most of the time, I'm either sticking with either the infinite minigun or the rocket launcher. And I know RE4's remake, it has a certain amounts of guns that they have infinite ammo for, and I don't mind it. I do. It does piss me off that they didn't add the fucking key like they did for RE2, RE3, just to get it, and be like, okay, here's an easier way. If you don't want to put the time and effort into this, because I've got shit to do in a lot.
Yeah.
Other games to fucking play.
Yeah. Well, by the way, you might be wondering, what's the point of having Junebug, of all characters, as, oh, I didn't see you! Hello!
What's the minigun?
Yeah, what's the point of having Junebug as the fourth character? Like, Ricky makes sense. He's important to the story. Gordon also makes sense. He's the playable character. He's your main character. Chimpkin even somehow makes sense because that's kind of meant to be like a big joke in the game. You know, there's Chimpkin mode where Gordon sounds like a chicken. So like that somehow makes sense. It's a joke. It's meant to be a joke character. But why Junebug? Why Junebug? Like it's this girl, the one that I just shot.
Yeah.
Why her of all characters? Like I get that you need like I get that like you need like a human-looking puppet to be your fourth and final character, but why her? Like, why not Norman? He's the face of the game. Norman is the face of the game. Like, when it comes to like all the promotional material that the game has, like it's always Norman's face.
Oh,
you know?
It's better than what RE2 did for original and remake. For their version for it.
I'm getting to my point. Now I'll let you finish in just a sec. But I got curious why Junebug of all characters, when it could have been any of the others. Junebug, you're so fast. I'm not fast when I play as you, but you're fast. Junebug is the fastest of the puppets. Like she moves very quickly. But when you play as her, no, you're going the same speed as you do when you play as Gordon.
Okay.
So anyway, well, I did a little research. And asked around, and I heard this. I take this with a grain of salt because I could not find anything to confirm this. This is just what I've heard, but honestly, I would absolutely believe it. I would absolutely believe that this is what the developers did. But from what I have been told, so this game originally came out in 2021. The original version of this game came out in 2021. Neighborhood was not part of that initially. This mode came out in early 2023. This mode came out in early 2023, and in 2022, apparently there was a poll. There was a poll in 2022 to ask people who they wanted to see as the fourth character, and they had Junebug, Norman, Liliana, George, and Leonard, like the five major puppet enemies that you see throughout the game. Like all three of them, all five of them, were options.
Okay.
S rank, nice, round over. So that's it. Well, apparently in that poll, Junebug won. Junebug won the poll, so So she was placed as the fourth character. Now, that's just what I've heard. I couldn't find any evidence to actually back up that. I couldn't find where the poll was. I couldn't find any messages from the developers saying that they were gonna have a poll. I have no idea if that's actually true, because it's possible that the developers might have deleted the poll after it was finished, since there's no need for it anymore. The poll's done, so they might have done that. Who knows? Um, but that is what I've heard, and honestly, it sounds believable enough from these developers.
And these are an indie studio developers, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's a small group of indie developers, and honestly, I would believe it, because indie developers are a lot more open about like what they're doing with their game, and they're a lot more interactive with their players.
Oh yeah,
They interact with
and,
more with their players, so like I would
and they're not
believe
as
that a poll is how they determined that Junebug was going to be the fourth character. I would absolutely
and,
believe that.
and it's also they're not as greedy as most AAA studios. Because the only thing that they care about is your money, to how they want to get it. And it's like I don't mind paying for something, honestly, if it's worth it.
Okay. So I can't do a new game plus on this one. I can't do a new game plus on this one because I didn't finish my playthrough before. Because I left it unfinished, I can't do a new game plus. It only allows me to do a new game plus when I
Okay.
overwrite save files for completed games.
Okay, so it's that. Okay, then yeah. Honestly, I like when if you do a new game plus, you can do it at any part of the playthrough where you're at. Honestly, that's what I like about 2018's God of War, unlike Ragnarok's.
See, yeah, I can press the wheel there, and Gordon will say, "I'm not leaving yet. I just got here." But when I get done with the sound studio, it won't let me press the wheel again. That's a bug. Skip the cutscene. Go ahead and pick that up. Yeah, there's nothing else to pick up over here, so I'm good.
Hey, who's that?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go back out because I forgot I need to um, put this in here just so it's not taking up space.
Okay.
Hello? Is anyone there? Just kind of show up and be a friendly face in the background. Sometimes I get some diamonds to recite.
I'm gonna go ahead and say hi to you since I have invulnerability. Hi, come here. That's it. There we go. Just take the hit so you can get in early. Even if you can still do that, even if you don't have invulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tape cutter. Yeah! Tape cutters! Oh, that's awesome. Now, something I'm curious about is I wonder if I use tape to tape up one of the neighbors, can I use the tape cutter to free them? Like, I would imagine so. It's called a tape cutter, so I imagine
Yeah.
that you should be able to, like, free them after you've taped them up. But, like, I mean, I imagine you would just lose the tape, though, after that. You wouldn't get it back.
Probably.
So I don't know what the point would be for that. Unless you do get the tape back. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna experiment.
That's the best way to do it.
I'm gonna experiment, see if because I have tape now. I have one piece of tape, so I'm gonna tape you. Nope. No. Do I need to equip it? Nope, can't equip it. Okay, so it's just, yeah, it doesn't do anything. You can't cut the tape. So this is literally just for cutting the tape in that room, which I will get to here in just a sec. Just gonna go ahead and grab what's in this room. Unlock that. Unlock that. Unlock and open that. There we go. Okay. Now, normally, that's all you could get in here. You know what? Since I have tape, I don't want Junebug here. I don't want to deal with Junebug here. Tape you. There. So normally that's all you can do in this room, but now we can cut the tape. Odd key. Odd key. Where does the odd key go? What? Okay, so the tape cutter has served its purpose, so I can discard that.
You can always look it up.
I have a guess. I have a guess where the odd key might go to. I'm gonna have to go back out. I'm gonna have to go back out and go back to the lobby. Because, oh, yes, I can! I can unlock this with the odd key. Because this is the only door in the entire game that no matter what I did, I could not unlock this. The odd key unlocks it. Oh, final mystery! I just got the trophy, final mystery. Platinum! I got the platinum trophy! Oh, fantastic. Oh, trophy level up, new milestone reached. Oh, God, I've got 300 trophies. across my games. Holy crap. Oh my god, this is just infinite stock. This is just infinite stock. Wait, let me just make a quick Google search. Let me make a quick Google search. Yo, what? Oh, that's so cool. So let me hold on. Let me just check, make sure it actually works. Okay, I'm just taking the coins and I'm leaving. Now I'm gonna go back in. Does it work? No, dang it, it didn't. Okay, so apparently that only works properly in the Steam version of the game. Apparently what is supposed to happen is, so this is the developer room. This is the developer room.
Okay.
So this has every single thing you need in the game. Every item you could possibly need, every single item you could possibly need in the game, it's all here. All of it.
So basically, it's the cheat room.
And basically, apparently in the Steam version, all of the stuff here, the candy bars, the candy bars, the tape, the healing items, the coins, all of this, along with all of the ammo, all of that restocks every time you leave the room in the Steam version. It restocks. It restocks every single time you leave the room. I want to check. Ah, weird. Okay, so I see that. I see those four masks. Huh. The final mask is not here. The fifth mask isn't here. That seems to be the only thing. Yeah. The fifth mask is the only thing not here. So that's still something you have to actually get legitimately. Which makes sense considering considering the ultimate reward for getting the fifth mask and entering the code into the machine. Considering the reward that gets you, I feel like you should do that legitimately. That is something you should do legitimately. But still, you're given everything in this room. Every story item, every single story item you could possibly imagine, you were just given.
Okay.
This is a message from the developer. This is a message from the developer. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can try to read this. Hi there. I made my first game when I was 14. Unlike other hobbies I had dabbled in over my childhood years, game development struck a chord in my heart that seemed impossible to shake. I began to develop every afternoon and evening, dwarfing the amount of time I spent doing anything else, simply because I enjoyed it. Within a year, I decided that my goal was to make game development my lifelong career. During high school, I finished two projects that, at the time, were major milestones: an arcade game and a platformer about a duck. I also started work on my first big paid project, Sumo Revise. I think I've heard of that indie game.
I haven't. But then again, I don't mostly pay attention to indie games.
Um, At the beginning of college, I got an offer from a publisher to bring Sumo uh, Revise through Greenlight and make it through their label. Feeling like this was my make it moment, I excitedly accepted. Sumo Revise released less than a year later. It was a commercial and critical failure. Failing is difficult. Failing publicly is devastating. For weeks, I would open my computer to find what felt like a deluge of new negative reviews on my Steam page. Massive amounts of refunds and very little positive to balance the negative. Simply, and I quote, the general consensus was that Sumo was boring trash. Needless to say, I was very wary of releasing anything new. I started several projects, sometimes even getting months into development, only to end up feeling stuck and scrapping everything. During this time, the Duck platformer I had made before Sumo slowly crept its way up the charts in Steam Greenlight. Yeah, Duck Game. I'm pretty sure that's Duck Game. I'm pretty sure that's Duck Game. Not entitled Goose Game. Duck Game was a small 2D platformer. And it got pretty popular in the late 2010s.
Oh, if it's the 2010s, then yeah, I was mostly on my 360.
But it was only on Steam, is the thing.
Yeah.
Um, After a year or so, suddenly, uh, Rubber Ducky and the Rainbow Gun. No, that's not what I was thinking of. That's a different game. I've never heard of that game. Rubber Ducky and the Rainbow Gun was accepted to release to the public. Figuring that the game was finished and so there wasn't much to lose, I decided to throw it up on Steam for cheap and hope it didn't have a similar release to Sumo. I had learned quite a lot since finishing the original version, so I spent a month or so polishing up rough edges, rebalancing, and adding some side content. Robotuki released late in the same year um, as Sumo Revise. Um, I decided to release it for $1. To my very wary surprise, Rubber Ducky was well received, albeit to low sales. But to an uncertain teenager, it meant a lot. Nonetheless, it still took me 4 years to regain enough confidence to be willing to finish and release a new game. By this time, I had been offered a job doing coding on someone else's projects, and in the space between working on bugs and feedback, I started a project I intended to finish. Um, it was a humorous text. Uh, no, IO, I think. No, that is a T. That is a lowercase t. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. The text is so tiny. It was a humorous text adventure game called Kyle is Famous. Uh, with little need for input on visuals and relying almost completely on slapstick, silly humor, I felt there was a chance I could bring it together to find a small audience that enjoyed it just like Rubber Ducky had found. 6 months later, and donning the name of Ducky Dev, I released Kyle is Famous for free. After clicking the live button, I went to sleep. Kyle would go on to become a reasonably popular game, touching on most of the largest gameplay channels on YouTube and drawing in over 100,000 downloads on Steam. This was certainly a step in the right direction. Oh boy, somehow this is even tinier speech. This is. Oh, the letters are even smaller in this one. Oh crap. Coming into my friendly neighborhood, this was my background as a developer. To this point, my tally contained a painful sumo failure, a dollar duck game that had sold a handful of copies, a text-based adventure that had been recently successful but was completely free, and now a large-scale survival horror game with a bug that needed to be recouped, being sold at a premium with a personal time investment of one to and one 2.5 years, I think. From the time Sumo released to the time MFN was in the last week of development was over 8 years, yet the feeling of public failure doesn't shake off one's soldiers, soul, yeah, shoulders easily. The day before release, I felt fairly sick in the way that one feels when something is about to happen that they have no control over. Soon, the first uh Patreon maybe review.
You might need a magnifying glass for this stuff, man.
Oh, that's the thing. There is no magnifying glass. I don't have a magnifying glass. And I don't mean just in the game, I mean in real life. I don't have a magnifying glass.
So basically, he's just putting out a thank you letter, basically, for this.
For I think it's Patreon review. Patreon review for MFN was posted publicly online. It was lukewarm, at least. Later, another review found MFN to be below average throughout the day. A handful of reviews were releasing anything from... Oh, God, it's so difficult. Anything from... I can't tell what those next two words were. Anything from something to faint praise. Oh, vague criticism. That's what it is. To faint praise. Vague criticism to faint praise. That's what. That's the only thing that makes sense in this context. Although this was certainly not the same level of criticism that Sumo had received, I couldn't help but feel as if the release the next day would feel uncomfortably familiar. I don't quite know why, but that didn't end up being the case. In fact, and I can't something with what relief I write this. I can't compare with what relief I write this. It was quite the opposite. From this point on, I'm unsure how to write about the release of MFN. It has been a wild mix of relief, stress, disappointment, and excitement. However, I can say that we are all certainly thankful for the enthusiasm with which all of you have engaged with the game, with seeing the I can't tell what that word is. Uh, seeing the game, the seeing the something, the theories, the gameplay, and the laughter makes all of the long weeks and doubt over our work feel finally worthwhile. Critically speaking, I had generally had hopes to at least keep a very positive Steam rating, and if possible, something a 70 have a 75 on Metacritic. As I write this, MFN cites well into 96% positive on Steam and has settled comfortably on Metacritic with an 81. My relief is difficult to state. Oh my god. I personally feel as if I've finally turned the corner from sumo. I feel ready to go out on artistic limbs and try things that are not guaranteed to succeed. I don't know where my projects will take me next, but wherever I land next, I hope and pray that I will find you there as well. From me and the rest of the team who created MFN, thank you. John Ducky of something. I can't tell what that last word is. It's his last
so
name.
basically, yeah, it's a thank you letter, basically.
Yes. Yes. Thank you letter. It's a thank you letter from the developers. But that is awesome. That is awesome. Oh my god, I've never seen this. So, God, what should I even take? Like legitimately, this the whole game is my oyster now because yeah, I can
It's your
access
choice.
I can access the entire I can access the entire thing. All right, that's so cool. All right, well, so this is a good enough spot. This is a good spot to just leave this to leave this playthrough. So let's just let's give our final thoughts. Meta, would you like to go ahead and go first?
It's not the most strangest game you've introduced me to, but it's a good game. And I can recommend this if you have this for PlayStation or Steam.
I feel like if you're new to games like Resident Evil and the way the gameplay loop is, I feel like this is a good introduction to that type of game. Like if Resident Evil feels intimidating, this is a good way to get into that type of game.
Yeah.
So, good introduction to this type of gameplay. And what are your thoughts on all the similarities it has with Resident Evil. Do you
I
like
can,
that?
I do, and I can see where, unlike Nintendo, where taking inspirations from other stuff actually makes the game better.
Hmm.
Instead of trying to throw a fucking lawsuit or a patent at somebody and saying no. For me, what would I rate this? Honestly, it's a 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Uh, Honestly, my rating would be my rating would be pretty similar. My rating would be pretty similar. I do really like this game. This is an incredibly fun game. And now that I'm here in the developer room, honestly, I think I might end up playing this game on my own again at some point. Um, I'm just curious if I restart, will I still have the tape cutter? Because I don't know if I don't know exactly how exactly the tape cutter happens. Like, am I guaranteed to have that at the start of each playthrough now? Or is this the only playthrough where I'll have it, and then I have to go back to Neighborhood and get an S rank on one of them in order to get the tape cutter again? I don't know. I don't know how that works. I will
Well,
figure that
again,
out. I will figure that out, and then at some point I'll do a bonus video. I'll do a bonus video where I can tell my audience about that, and I'll show off like the different map secrets. So that's gonna be a bonus video I'll do somewhere down the line. Um, but I would probably give if I had to give this a number scored, then I would probably give it an 8.5. I would probably get an 8.5. It's not good enough to be a 9. I don't think it's good enough to be a 9, mostly because it's a little too short. Like, I wish the game was a bit longer. I wish there was a bit more to the game. I feel like the game is like just not long enough to warrant being a 9. Um, but I do really like a lot of what the game has to offer. I do like how when you beat the game, when you actually get the different secrets and the tapes, you actually unlock various cheat codes that you can use in every single subsequent playthrough. And once
mhm.
you've cleared a game, you get to go back in with a new game plus. And the neighborhood mode, I think, is a very fun extra mode that adds some decent content, that adds decent some decent hours to the game. So, I mean, ultimately, like this, we beat this game in 7 episodes, um, and with how long some of these episodes lasted, it was like 8 hours, 8 hours of content to 100% the whole thing.
Yes, but again, you could have technically shortened it down if you were doing the infinite ammo stuff with the minigun. I could see it being lasting a little bit shorter.
Oh, absolutely! Like if I had the infinite ammo on and used New Game Plus to go through the game, um, you can technically cut this down to less than an hour and a half. Like my record is an hour 23 minutes and 41 seconds. That is my record. That is my record. Um, but yeah. So but yeah, I do like that. I do really like this game. I for what grade I would give it, because I tend to give grades instead of like numbers. Um, uh, what grade would I give it? I would probably give this an A minus. I would probably give this an A minus if I were to grade it. Um, but yeah, so I will be back to do this. I will be back to play this game again in the future. I'll show off all the secrets. I'll just showcase all that in a bonus video sometime. Um, And then after that, maybe sometime in the future, I'll end up doing an all-in-one video where I just go through and beat the whole game in with infinite ammo and New Game Plus, and just beat the whole game in a single video. So I might do that in the future. So this isn't the last time that My Friendly Neighborhood is gonna show up on my channel. I'll probably end up playing it like 2 more times on this channel, but this playthrough is done. This is it. So thank you, Meta, so much for joining me on this playthrough.
No problem.
So thank all of you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. Should I leave your channel link in the description box of this video? Do you upload to your channel anymore?
Not really, because
Okay.
again, most of the stuff that I do, honestly, I'm not on my PlayStation anymore. I'm mostly on my Xbox.
All right. So all right. Well, then I guess that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next playthrough, whatever that ends up being. Take care, everybody.
Bye bye.
Whew. Ugh. Fun game. Fun game.